All right. Kind of playing around with things. Welcome to episode 160 of The Sound. I am Kevin Harris.
I'm Lisa Wills.
I'm Matt James.
And I'm Jared Seymour.
Yes, yes. And so you're going to see some new features on the show tonight. We're kind of playing around with our new program tonight, but we have a really good and fun show. So tonight we have Transient's going to be joining us. We're going to be premiering their new video called Visions. And also, which we didn't have in the pre because it was kind of a late thing, Mark is going to be joining us from Frets for Pets, which is local down here. That's a 3-day concert. So they're going to talk about a little bit about what's going on with Frets for Pets this coming weekend here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So we've got that. So as we start, ladies and gentlemen, what's everybody been listening to? Who's starting this one?
Who wants to go first?
Not me.
So I'll tell you. I kind of went into because we've got the grudge match tonight with Outlier going for the Hall of Fame. So and we put them up against TX2. So I've kind of been on the TX2, just kind of listening to all the back catalog stuff at TX2. Not really my thing, but not bad at all. So that's where I've been at is TX2.
Okay. I think I've been listening a lot to Echo recently. He just did a new collab. I want to say Sky Daddy. I'm not really sure how to say who she is. But they have a really cool collab out. And also I've been going down the rabbit hole. I took my daughter to go see her favorite artist, Zani, who is from Australia. And it was well out of my wheelhouse. Like totally not something I would normally listen to. She was phenomenal.
Really?
She was phenomenal. She's an independent artist, right, from Australia. She had this tour, the North American Maynard tour, and it was her and Zand, and I believe the Buttress. I didn't catch the Buttress. Rue and I got there. We saw Zand. She was really good. She had a beautiful voice. She had a DJ in between sets, which was interesting. But I used to be a club kid back in the 90s. And so for me, for EDM, I love EDM. It doesn't bother me at all. So I quite enjoyed it. It was a great little venue called Union Stage in Washington, D.C. They had like a pizza bar and all this stuff. So we were just hanging out upstairs, just chilling, having, mom-daughter time. And then Zani, she had great merch. She had like cute little Polaroids that were signed and whatnot that she had taken during the tour. She had great t-shirts. She was just a lot of fun. She like really came out onto the floor face to face with the audience. I mean, she put on a really engaging performance and her voice was going. She was probably exhausted. But she gave 1,000% of herself. I would absolutely go see her again. We had a wonderful time. So I've been going a little bit down the Zani rabbit hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Matt, what about you?
You want me to go next, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's not even a question. Like, my boys and, in my opinion, the greatest guitarist on the planet right now dropped an EP. And I've been down the Silosis rabbit hole. And Jared, if you have not listened to the new EP yet, dude, seriously, they said that they dropped it. It was literally, they just went, hey, here's an EP. We wrote loads of songs when we dropped the album. How these songs did not end up on the album, I do not know.
Is that did you send that to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I listened to a couple, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds of whatever the first thing you sent me was. And I remember it was heavy as hell, right?
Yeah. It's absolute fire. It's absolute fire.
Really good.
Yeah. Kevin, did you go? Who did you say?
I said TX2.
Okay.
I've been listening to reggae on a cruise ship.
That's true. I did hear some of that. But I stumbled upon some Metallica stuff on a YouTube video and started kind of watching some of their shit again. And I don't know, it was kind of odd for me to be back on the Metallica thing, but they are headlining the Sonic Temple 2 days on a 9-repeat. So that'll be 2 separate shows. So I kind of feel like maybe I need to brush up on my Metallica and get ready for May of next year,
Oh man.
So how was the cruise?
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. It was 7 days. It was fun. We got to see some cool ports, Belize, Cancun, and Roatan. Had a great time. 7 days is probably a little long. I fuzz that back a little bit, but otherwise, spending time with the family, it was great. But I think before we were going live, Lisa, you were mentioning about the Shiprock or ship one of the cruises, and I said it probably 3 or 4 times while I was on our cruise. Is that if they had like theater kind of style shows or play, whatever you want to call it, and then they had like bingo and shit like that. I'm like, if this was like bands I was into in these big, because they're fairly decent size rooms.
Absolutely.
The main one was, and then even some of the smaller rooms would have been great to see some of the up and coming bands. I would have been into that big time. So I would love to do one of those cruises.
Yeah, those sell out almost immediately. But yeah, my friends were always like, Lisa, get on the boat. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like just sort of sketched out, like I'm going to feel trapped. And I don't want to feel like that. And I don't want to, I don't know. Like, I know I come on a podcast and this is like public, but I'm not a people person, man. Like, I don't think I don't want to be on a boat with like,
Hey,
I don't know. I don't know.
You go back to your cabin and you have your alone time, and then I would assume you pop out and go to the show, that you want to see. And then I think it would be really, really, really cool.
All right. Well, Jared, let's go get on the boat.
Let's do it. Oh, and we outran a hurricane too. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a little weird because I had on the balcony that first couple nights, like I'm pretty sure it was what we were looking at. You could see the lightning off in the distance and the big wall of clouds. I'm like, well, I hope the engines don't stop because we're sitting right in front of this son of a bitch. Wow. But not been good because there ain't nobody coming to get you.
No. See, another reason why I cannot get on a boat. This is why. See?
Yeah. Just don't go in front of a hurricane. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Kevin, who do we have tonight for the grudge match, sir?
So the grudge match, we have Outlier featuring Chris Motionless with Warriors going for the Hall of Fame. And they are going up against not a new artist, but a newer mainstream artist, or at least with this song hitting mainstream. TX2 featuring Ice Nine Kills. The song's called Mad. You know how the voting works. I might need to go set up that poll too. But you know how the voting works. If you're on Facebook, you'll see a poll pop up. You'll vote video number 1 or video number 2. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, put it in the comments and we'll see it. We'll count it there as well. And just know when we see the comments, it tells us where you're commenting from. So if you're commenting from Facebook and you're saying video number 1, we're not going to count it.
Right.
So if you guys are ready, we will get it started.
Fire it off.
As soon as I figure out what button I'm about to push here. Here we go.
Yeah.
heroes in this story. Push us to our limits, and now you're gonna get it. So let's go out with the bang. Blow these motherfuckers high. We're hungry for your bullets, won't you share some supply? We don't worry about the pain, adrenaline will get us by. So fill us with lead, boys, we're ready to die. Mutually assured destruction. You and me, we're both corrupted. You want to leave me, I'd be nothing. Arm in arm, we're both gonna die. Delicious mad. As we stretch across the pavement, right before eyes close to black, I think of all the times you saved me, and even dead you still had my back. But the wolves are bound to get us, and the vultures will be here soon. This is the best way for us to give up, as long as my grave is next to you. Mutually assured, take some
All right. That
Wow.
was TX2 featuring Ice 9 Kills and Mad. That is your challenger in the grudge match. And our champion is Outlier with Warriors, and they are going for the Hall of Fame. When video number 2 starts, you'll see the poll pop up on Facebook. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, please put it in the comments. Here we go.
rise! Rise from the grave! I can feel it inside myself, convulsing inside itself. A buried rage fights to escape, to taste the blood of everything it hates. Standing tall, I show no fear. I want it all and my vision's clear. Give me life, forgive and death. There is no rest, and I'll fight until my last breath. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Warriors, rise from the grave. We will end like it's on the way. These stars are the price we pay. Warriors, rise from the grave. Can you feel it inside yourself? The beast dwells behind a shell. A thirst for blood and no fear of the pain. Can you feel it course through your veins? Standing tall, I refuse to bow. Nothing will ever stop me now. Give me life, forgive me death. There is no rest, and I'll fight till your last breath. Warriors, rise from the grave. We will end like it's on the way.
right, there you have it. Outliers, Earth Motionless, Warriors.
It's gonna be a tough one to beat.
That song is so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
song is so good.
They
It
were
is.
I
both
saw
good.
Anne put in the
TXT
comments
is a
it's
good
one of the
song
best
too,
songs
but
of
that
24.
song is so fucking good.
It
Yeah.
is. I would love to see Outlier just go on tour with Motionless in White, just, to open for them and have the opportunity to be able to play that song live. It's just so sick.
Mhm.
That it definitely is.
Kevin, I'm digging the it does sound a little bit better, I think, at least on my end, like you were saying,
yeah.
the videos.
Yes.
And then having the comments up there like that too, that's way better.
It
Yeah.
had me all confused because when you look at the chat on the side, everything
Mhm.
goes up. And that one, the chat was going down. So I'm like watching it go up here, and I'm like, it's done fucking moving. So
I know. I
Yeah.
thought that was like, why can't I see the comments? And I realized they were loading up from the top. And not only that,
Right.
but I also noticed with the other system that we were using, the videos sometimes would have a delay and also play a little bit slower.
right.
Yeah.
But I did
Yeah, it
not
seems a lot
notice that with
smoother.
this. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the comments and everything too, thanks everybody for joining us tonight
Yeah.
and for commenting.
Absolutely.
So yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah, no, and don't forget when the bands are in, feel free to put your comments in there, ask them questions.
Yeah.
So
Makes our job
sometimes-
easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sometimes we have brain farts and we all sit there like, God, what were we gonna say?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if we got a question we can backfire to, that'd be
we're
great.
just people. We're just
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But
We
we do
just
have a
think we know
couple.
what we're doing.
We do have
Right.
a couple minutes before Transient joins us.
Oh, okay.
So there is a few things new stuff that we are able to do now with this program that I'd like to bring to the attention. So right above Lisa is a QR code. If you want to support us and want to donate, you're more than welcome to donate there. Just hit the QR code and it'll donate. And then we can feature some stuff that is currently on our website for sale. So like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, you can pick it up on our website for $30. There's the QR code for it. Go ahead, Jerry.
Do you see at the top? It just said someone scanned it.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, but it told us that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm just
how the hell-
showing. Look, all you got to do is get your phone out if you want a PC, scan the code, and it takes you straight there. Look.
Yeah, that's
love it.
super cool though that it tells us that someone scanned it.
Yeah. And then
That-
some things that we have left over. And one of these will be making its way to Frets for Pets this weekend for their raffle and their silent auction.
Mhm.
And is the Dirty 30 Fest signed poster. So we still got 4 or 5 of those left with all the
you're
bands
kidding.
except for Any Given Sin signatures on it. So that's available to be picked up. One of them will make its way to Frets for Pets this weekend for their giveaway. And brand new to the website, we've got some new hoodies that you can get. So we got all that on the website. And then don't forget, of course, we have our magazine and with Enemy on the cover this week or this month. And it's going to be super cool that you can go on there and you can get a physical copy. So if you're going to go see Enemy and live anywhere, you can bring that copy in and have it signed. The one that is available, and we've got Winterfest coming, Winter Storm coming up.
Yep.
Post Profit's going to be there. 2 months ago, Post Profit was on the cover, or last month, Post Profit was on the cover. You can still go get those physical copies. We will have some with us at the show that you'll be able to pick up to purchase and do that as well. So that's
And
just
have
some
them
neat
sign
stuff that
it.
Huh?
Yeah.
And have
Yeah,
them sign
absolutely.
Yeah,
it.
have them sign it. And one thing
Yeah.
I want to say with like buying merch, purchasing the magazine, donating money, like none of this goes in our back pockets. It all goes back into the sound to pay for services like our streaming right now. That costs money. Us putting on shows at the Juke Joint, that costs money. Like it all goes back into bringing you the best in new music.
Yep.
I'm
100%.
testing out all sorts of stuff while we're talking.
So get
and
your
waiting.
tickets if you have not yet for Winter Storm, November 16th. It's a Saturday at the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Get your butt
gonna be
down
cool.
there. Tickets are what? They're like $20, $25.
20.
I think they are 20, right?
Yeah, it's 20 in advance and it'll be 30 at the door. So
It's a no-brainer.
you can save yourself $10 by buying it early. And all you have to do is go to the sound228.com
That's
and-
essentially a free beer.
and pick it up.
Right.
Trying to think, there was something else. I tried to put another show that we got coming up in November, the beginning of November. I'll put it up right now, is the Kill Devil Hill with Transient and Night Surf. It's going to be at Trax Bar and Grill, November 3rd. It's a Sunday. It's an afternoon show. They can't say all ages, but they can't say it, but I'm just saying.
Right.
I
think I've heard
It's
of
not.
Transient before.
It's not. But bring an adult if you're not of age, bring an adult. And you're good to go. So like I said, I had something else ready to go, and I thought I uploaded it in the other frame and not in this frame. So now I got to upload it real quick. So
It's okay. So let's talk about Breaking Benjamin's new song. Let's
I
talk about it. It's been years
listened to it 10 times on the way to work today.
Look, when I woke up, it's funny. I'm actually on vacation from my day job this week.
Nice. Congratulations.
God.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
no shit.
my phone is on Do Not Disturb from 7 p.m. at night until 7 a.m. in the morning. So this morning I was awakened because I forgot to just put it permanently on Do Not Disturb by Kevin in our chat saying
Yeah.
with the Breaking Benjamin song. And I was like, my phone went off and I was like,
Son of a bitch.
I'm like, oh shit. We haven't heard anything new from Breaking Benjamin in forever. So
Been a while.
I thought it's a Breaking Benjamin song.
It's classic Breaking Benjamin.
Very classic. There's no surprises there. I thought it was a good song. It's, I liked it. Did they do anything new or different? No,
Nope.
but it's still good. And I would really love to hear it live.
Oh no, it
Right.
definitely
And-
would sound great live.
Yeah.
on.
And then not only that one, but then Kingdom Collapse released Unbreakable with Adelita's Way.
They did.
I got a chance to hear a sneak peek of it last night, and I listened to it, and then I got into the truck this morning, and that was another one I was listening to. Rick's voice really matched with Jonathan's really well in that song.
Which shocked me. I was actually a little bit reserved on this one. I was like, ooh, Unbreakable. It's such an anthem. I was like, ooh, because Rick's style of singing is nothing like Jonathan's,
Nope.
right?
No.
So I was a little concerned how this is going to work out. But when after Kevin woke me up, I decided to go ahead. And the first thing I did was go straight to that song. And I was pleasantly surprised and thrilled with what I heard.
Rick can sing the anthems,
Yeah, that reminds me of something that I wanted to bring up earlier when we were going around the horn about what we've been listening to. Is what do y'all think about this the 3 Days Grace thing with the two singers and billing it as 3 Days Grace times 2? Have you seen that?
I am so interested to see how they pull this off. Now, my question was, is it just going to be the typical Adam sings the Adam songs and Matt sings the Matt songs? I mean, or are they actually going to try to pull off the two vocalists singing the songs together?
I just don't know. And
Well,
and then is it like
been recording together? Apparently. Now I've got a strongish opinion on this, but I'm not going to say it on air because it might upset some people. But
controversy sells, Matt? Say it.
I think it's a complete and utter pointless waste of time.
I mean, that's my initial reaction was like, well, I understand like being out on tour, maybe and bringing him out for one, like they're either on the same bill or he was in the same city or something. And he comes out and he does one of the hits, two of the hits, whatever. And it's a cool night, but like to go out on tour like that, has that ever been done before? That anybody can think of?
Well, I know not in the,
that's a good
I don't
point.
even think
Jonathan brings up a good point.
I know at one point
they
tried to do a Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth tour with Van Halen.
Okay.
That literally was going to be David Lee Roth singing David Lee Roth songs and Sammy Hagar singing Sammy Hagar songs. But as far as this kind of dynamic, I don't think it's ever been done. And if it
And,
has,
and
put it
they've
in
got
the
enough
comments.
material to do what you're talking about, right? I mean, between the two of them now. I
Oh
would
yeah,
assume.
absolutely.
And I guess as a
Absolutely.
vocalist, if they did it that way, that's like, oh shit, I get a couple song break, in between. Hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do that. And I guess the first opportunity is going to be what, at Sonic Temple?
That's the
No,
flyer
the
that I
Disturbed
saw.
tour. The Disturbed tour. When's that? March?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Disturbed tour, because they're on that Disturbed tour. So
Yeah. We talk about economics from time to time on the show too, as well. Like, I wonder, now you got another mouth to feed, right? Like
Yep.
on the live shows, like that's another split, I would
Yeah.
assume.
And it's like, I just saw Jonathan put it, so one can play guitar while the other leads. But
Right.
like, are they going to clash?
I'm sure you would think they've talked about all this and worked it all out, and I mean, Adam plays a ton of guitar, especially live too. So who knows?
can we just dabble into one more thing?
Go ahead.
Dabble in whatever you like.
Do we have?
It's a year of reunions. Fucking Crossfade. You haven't heard from them in 12 years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now they're on incarceration and they're going to be playing Sonic Temple and then fucking Acid Bath. And it's, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who's next?
You know the reason why, don't you?
Money.
Why all these reunions are coming about? Why 3 Days Grace is happening? Because everyone's fucking broke. That's why. It's pure and simple. That is the be all and end all of it. They need the money.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes
you can't
sense.
really argue with that.
That's it. That's it. They make money from it. They need the money. Clearly, they're like, well, let's put on a reunion. We're going to sell tickets. Crossfade, they're 12 years.
What's interesting is you guys know the website and the YouTube channel Rockfeed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Rockfeed actually did a documentary on Crossfade before they made the announcement, leading up to the announcement, because it was Rockfeed that actually kind of started the whole let's get Crossfade back together type thing. And then they did a documentary on it. And I watched it the other night. It was very interesting to hear from the members of Crossfade. So
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That seems a little staged to me, but
Right.
okay.
But while we're talking about live shows, can I just say that I'm really, really fucking excited about something that was announced. Was it today or yesterday?
Oh my God.
So have you all seen Parkway Drive doing the 20th anniversary tour, right? And the videos that they've been putting out from Australia have been absolutely fucking phenomenal. They're going to be in Europe, baby.
there you go.
So
I'm looking at Jonathan's comment there.
Wait,
About flash that.
Right.
comment.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, Jonathan. That's exactly it.
So wait, am I following this right? There was Jonathan. Are you saying that that's what he would get paid at Saint Asonia to sing those songs, and then he's going to get a bigger check? Okay, because 3 Days Grace is draw that. So 3 Days Grace still draws more without him than Saint Asonia does.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
There's
yeah, I saw Saint Asonia.
diehards, a lot of purists, who
Well,
want.
I saw we Kevin. That was the show you were at, right? When we were at the Wharf Amphitheater.
Yeah, with Caesar and Stain and Saint Asonia.
And Saint Asonia, and he in half of the set, I would say, was it half, 3/4, or a third. I mean, half to a third of Saint Asonia set with 3 Days Grace songs.
Absolutely, and that's the second time I had seen him, and it was the same way.
Yeah, and I get that, Jonathan, about the numbers that you're just throwing it out there. I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't really think about that 3 Days Grace is drawing more, probably getting paid more than he is in Saint Asonia.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're doing European tours and shit, aren't they?
Saint Asonia?
No, 3 Days Grace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, and speaking of European tours for all of us here stateside, by the way, congratulations to Blacktop Mojo is finally going across the pond.
Finally get to meet my boy Matt James.
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
meet Matt.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Matt James.
Yeah.
That's
Is it
gonna be a messy night?
Are y'all gonna cancel each other out if y'all meet in person? How does that work, Matt?
I'll
Because
be
they
there.
were
Don't
not
worry, I'll
seen in
handle
the
it.
same place together.
You know what I mean?
I'll
Like it's
handle
like when
it.
you go back to the future, you're not allowed to touch your other self, or you'll like annihilate each other. Two Matt Jameses in one place.
So that's going to be a messy night, though. I can tell you that much.
Oh, God's sake.
You're in for a treat, my friend. All right, we got
Absolutely.
Transient backstage. What we got?
We do, but before we bring Transient on, I finally got the video uploaded I needed to play. So
there we go.
1 minute. That's all it is. Coming, the Sound 228 in the Juke Joint present the Winter Storm with Post Profit.
Yeah, you take it too far. Are you having fun?
Post Profit at the Juke Joint, November 16th.
Look around, see ya. We're all ourselves.
And from Dallas, Texas, Messer.
Keep on pushing me, fuck around and find out.
November 16th at the Juke Joint in Ocean Springs, the Winter Storm with New Dilemma.
Running high, we're bleeding for this life.
Them guys.
So real, we change our being.
And 7.
And take what
The Winter Storm at the Juke Joint, November 16th. Tickets available now at thesound228.com. $20 in advance, $30 day of show. Being brought to you by Wake Up Music, Spade Images, J Eagle Audio, 228 Entertainment, and the Sound 228. I hate it when I watch a commercial and I saw it there. It's like, damn it.
Don't say anything. Nobody else noticed it.
I know. But all right, let's bring the boys in. Here we go. Let's see how
What we
all
got?
this works out.
Who have we got tonight?
Steven, we got Trey, we got
Oh,
Jody.
yeah.
And
Oh, it's a
someone-
whole party.
Where's Phil? He was there. I don't know
Yeah,
where
we
he
can
went
leave
now.
that, it's fine.
Phil
I'm sending
always has
karaoke in
internet
somewhere.
issues.
Exactly.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey.
There he
And
is.
there's the black screen is Phil.
There we
Okay.
go. Looking good, Phil.
It's the best he's ever looked on here.
Yeah, for sure. Jody and
Solid.
Trey, are y'all cell phones? Can y'all turn them, or are y'all on? Is
Let me
that?
see. Let me see.
For some reason, like when I turn them, I can't see
There
you
you go.
guys anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Consider it a blessing.
right.
It's our gift to you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It sounds like a win.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, way better. Way
take
better.
this
Okay,
down
see,
for a
okay.
minute so we can see
That down.
everybody,
That's
and I'll kind of
Cheers.
throw that back up.
Quality.
So, gentlemen, tell us what's been going on.
A lot for sure.
Yeah.
Now, we see that.
Can we have
I mean,
another
you got-
job, please?
Hey, go on.
So you got the new EP out. You just
Yep.
played Oklahoma.
Yep.
So run it down.
Trey, I'll let you take this one, bro.
Tell you what, though, we had a great time in Oklahoma. Rock the Equinox was amazing. Hopefully, we can do it again. Can't ask for a better rock community, like straight up, man. Made a lot of memories, and the new EP. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard some of it at least. If, you know, put a lot of effort into this one, man. We put a lot of ourselves into this one. We really wanted to use my singing voice more, but yet still be heavy. So I feel like we kind of achieved that. So, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I can definitely
Yep.
say that. I mean, Visions is the video that we're going to be premiering tonight, but
Yes.
I think I've told you guys, and I put it in a couple message boards, that Led Astray is my favorite. And
Thanks,
that
man.
that leads off the EP. It's a really, really good song.
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to
Thank
keep
you.
that song very raw and relatable. You know, like I wanted to keep it simple, and I feel like it hits so much harder because of that. You know,
And I can tell you in Visions, these guys know I love the proper placement of the word fuck. And you do a
You
good
had a
job.
line on this
You do a
one.
good job with it.
okay.
He didn't want to
Yeah.
curse in that one, but that line, it just like we tried other things.
We
and
flipped the
that one
coin.
just- yeah, it just stung. But yeah, like the thing about this new EP is, we like Trey said, we played into his voice a lot more, and since he's an acoustic solo artist on his own, you know, yeah, I think he tends to sing better in the key of E. So like all of our old stuff, we were down in like drop G, and this one we went down to double drop E and F sharp, I think, because that's a little more in Trey's range. And I don't know.
For
I
you
think it
nerds at
worked
home,
better.
you don't know what he's talking about. He means very low. Like it's like
Yeah, what-
yeah, very, very low.
It's tuned very low.
Pretty much all playing bass. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I joke and tell people that I'm a country singer all the time.
Right. What gauge strings are you using, Jody? Jesus.
Oh gosh. Well, so there's this thing called technology now. It's just wonderful. I use a pedal called a quad cortex, and most of these amp modeling pedals nowadays, they have transposers or like detuners on them. So
Yeah.
like I play 7-string guitars, and I use 74 on the low to 10 at the top. So it's kind of like a mix. It depends on like a baritone, whether I'm using baritone or multi-scale.
Yeah.
But the transpose or the digitune allows me to drop it down without actually physically tuning it at the headstock. And
what a fucking time to be alive, isn't it?
Dude, we've got like five different tunings, I think, for all of our
Something
tracks.
like that.
Yeah, so it's definitely necessary.
Did you ever see the Variax guitar?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of what that reminds me of, the 12-foot Ninja guitar.
Man, that one blew my mind. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm originally a bass player, and I like simplicity. That thing was out of my scope, man.
it was wild, dude. It was wild.
Too many knobs and all that.
Another fun fact about Jody is he can't play a 6-string guitar. He can only play a 7 or 8-string guitar because of his bass playing.
True.
Yeah,
totally true. So I've got the bass playing hands, and like anytime I grab a 6-string guitar, it just feels like a stick. Like I can't
do with this grandpa guitar.
Yeah.
What is these grandpa's guitars?
Yeah. So I see Corey Robertson, aka Fred Worst, is in the comments there. How did that show go the other night? What was that?
If you weren't at that show, you missed out. That's all I can say.
I was on a boat. Unfortunately, I couldn't.
Do we have a clip of Phil rapping? Because that was
yes, I saw that clip.
Like
that's like the best party we've had in a while.
Phil has arrived.
It looked like a damn good time. Phil, where are you at? Are you on Earth, the planet? Where are you?
Backstage.
He's on dial-up.
Yeah. Chill out, Trey. Is my signal working okay? I'm right beside my router.
Yeah, it looks like the AOL that you're using is doing great.
Hey,
yeah.
It's a real tough life over here. I know you guys aren't in the trenches like I am, but if I could speak on that show the other night with our good friends in Counterfeit, I think it went incredibly well. I saw them the first time at Trax Bar at their first show, and I'm a super Limp Bizkit fan, as a lot of my friends unfortunately know. And they played every song as tight as they could have played it. I thought they had something. I grabbed Corey by his little Treasure Bay neck and said, if you could, like, let us get the next gig set up. Let us help you. I think you got something here. And working with a tribute band like that opens up a whole new world of getting people to shows. So we're gonna work with them for a little bit and see what we can do. And they graciously invited me up to do a hip hop song. And my a lot of my background is in hip hop.
The podcast is over.
A lot of my.
All right. Well, it's been a good one, guys. I'll see y'all later. Have fun.
That's great. My background.
I will also say this about, and while we're on the subject of Counterfeit, if you look at who's in that band, is some of the premier musicians on the Gulf Coast. So to be able to take those guys and their love for Limp Bizkit and put their musical talents to that, I can only imagine, and I can't wait to be able to see one of those shows live.
Yeah, man. It was intense. Like really,
it was fun. Fun is the word.
It was fun.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm the guy that hates tribute bands. I always talk shit quietly behind doors, because I'm jealous. I'm jealous, a little bit. But dude, yeah, they were fun, man.
Yeah, I love tribute bands when it's done, appropriately. And I was at their first show, and they did it appropriately, and
Well,
it
it's
was
like-
a fucking good time.
When Jared and I went to Houston, we saw a Limp Bizkit tribute with a Marilyn Manson tribute that night at
Yeah.
Acadia.
Yeah,
It was-
and
quite
they were good, but Counterfeit is better.
They got good energy. Counterfeit's got energy, man.
And Corey put it all together. Like that was his brainchild, which I didn't even know he had a brain to have a child. So
Right. I was just going to say,
You were
like
gonna
Kevin
say
called
that.
Corey Premier. I was like,
Yeah, he picked the right guys for it. I mean, one thing that stood out to me, it was Ron's samples.
yes,
That
right.
Yeah, Ron did good.
every one of those samples that I heard throughout the set were just on point.
they
Like-
were, and that's like the candy that if you don't have it, it ain't the same
right.
shit. And
That's
then and again, everybody, like Kevin said, Premier Musicians pulls off all their parts. But dude, Wes Borland is not somebody I would want to have to fucking play. And Jared
no.
Slade. I
Oh,
don't,
hey kids, fun fact. You know what a DJ in a band, a rock band's called nowadays? Backtracks.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Good old
But yeah, no, it's the same concept, really. If you think about like the Limp Bizkit and everybody watches, DJ scratching and all that music comes in the background. That's on a laptop. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, and you get the nostalgia factor. It was fucking good. It was good.
That's it. That's right.
So let's roll into this and let's talk about this for a minute. So we're premiering this video. The name of the song is Visions. Jared, you want to bring in the saying?
Matt, why don't you,
Hops out again.
take this one, Matt? You've been quiet over there in the corner.
I'm always quiet, mate, over here in the UK. We are quiet people. We're not like you loud Americans.
Damn.
So, Visions. I love the track. So, tell us everything or tell us nothing.
Who wants to start with this one? Me or you guys? Who was
Well, are you wanting musically or
lyrically?
vocally? Because musically, we just like to have fun. We like to try to make all of our songs bounce.
And also Emmett, who's not here because of unfortunate circumstances, he had a lot of cool child parts that really made that song stick out super hard as well. But writing with John is a really smooth process. John's very upfront. He's very forward. We bring him pieces, and he's either like, "Yeah, let's do this," or "No, we're not doing that." And we write songs really quickly. And in that time, I'll sit there and take in the emotion of what we're coming up with, subject matter, and probably the best lyrics I've ever written are on these next 3 tracks that y'all are gonna listen to with Reveries and Rituals. Straight up, I speak for myself, and I know everyone else put 100% of their effort of what they could into this. So I think that's what makes these new 3 songs so special, especially Visions.
So real quick, Steven, is this I can't remember. Is this the first 3 that you've been into full production with?
Yeah, so this is the first time. We went back to the studio in January, so this was the first part of Transient I've actually been able to be a part of creatively. Have some creative input in.
Right.
All right. Well, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
So,
Let's
All right, here it is. It is the world premiere of Transient and Visions. You're seeing it here first on the sound. Here you go.
We lit the fucking match to burn this hole down. the things that we cannot see. The fall on the rings, but I won't let them take mine. Can you see visions in the night, mesmerizing, just lost in the light. The fall on the rings, but I won't let them take mine.
Well.
Damn.
Whoa.
You caught me out there. I was still bopping
Yeah.
away.
So for you three, Jared, Lisa, and Matt, that was the first time you'd seen it, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Tooth and Nail, man. George put a lot of work
George
into that, dude.
Crespo, Tooth and Nail, is the one who shot this one.
Man, he put a lot of. I love all the effects.
Yeah.
Anyway, man,
And
Yeah,
then
is
shout
that-
out to Steven's girlfriend, Megan.
Yeah. Do you
No,
know
that's
one thing I
called-
I'll get
love?
names right one day.
Is that is that who was playing the
Yeah.
ghoul yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know one thing I love, and one thing that really stuck out to me in that video is, with all your videos, you somehow managed to get your little logo in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Always.
Noticing, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That started.
Yeah.
I think it's been a really nice, consistent trait.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I love it.
Fucking cool. There's no doubt.
Enter the portal, baby.
Yeah, but now we're gonna start doing little Easter eggs like hidden on the wall. We're gonna like paint it on the wall real small somewhere. Whoever
like
finds it in the video gets a prize or something.
So is that your first time working with the guy who filmed it?
So
Okay.
no,
It
like
is, yeah.
for Transient, yeah. I've worked with George Crespo with some of my other bands.
Okay.
It's a good dude to work with. Like he's quick and efficient. You know, he's obviously he does a great job.
Yeah.
We're really happy with the colors in the video. That's one of the main things. That color grading's hard.
Yeah,
But-
that was my next question actually. Like, is that y'all's idea? Is that his? Is it collaborative? Like what?
It is kind of our idea to go with this kind of color scheme. It's just something. It's a mutual color that we all love, and just fits our style, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
I like it. And at least there was
Yeah,
no
we-
digging
we-
pits and
Corey
stuff.
came
Fits our vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we try to do like not a deliberate color theme with each EP or release or whatever, but we try to do something similar, like where the colors of the video are kind of complement the artwork and stuff like that, as well
I
as
love
the
that.
t-shirt designs.
Keep it
Yeah, and it
consistent.
feels. Go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry.
So keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it's a dying, not dying art, but like it goes back to me like to the old CDs and having the artwork in your hand and stuff like that. So to like see you guys
Yeah.
still tying it all together, it's cool.
yeah. We try to do like a merch release or at least a special edition t-shirt for each one as well. We kind of do like that package thing every time. So
Yeah.
Steven's got a lot of work to do coming up soon.
I've had a lot of work to do.
You're up there. Yeah.
So go ahead, Jared.
I was gonna say, ask Steven, what was it like? Kevin, you led with the question there earlier that this is your first collaborative, writing on the songs that we're hearing. How was it for you?
The actual writing of the songs like they all said, it's very quick, very fast. Typically, I'm used to going into the studio with songs already well rehearsed, everything already written out. So there was a lot of room to explore different riffs, handing back and forth the guitar, things like that. And then creatively, the music video, we put a lot of hours into getting, Michelle looking right, the theme, the vibe that we wanted for the video, and George Tooth and Nail, he was very receptive to what we were trying to do, what we wanted to portray. So I would definitely say any bands in the Gulf Coast that's looking for video, that's the guy. Like
Where did y'all do that at?
we actually shot it in a warehouse in New Orleans,
Outside
out by
of-
the airport, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mhm.
Outside New Orleans and around the Mediterranean area, so out there.
Okay, so that's very doable, drivable for, like you say, for Gulf Coast bands. I mean, that's from where Pensacola, Kevin, to West. Really could make that no problem.
Absolutely.
Even the Texas boys.
I
That's
stepped
not.
out my front door and went like 3 blocks to the left, and there it was. So
Yeah,
I'm good.
we know that's your turf for sure.
So we have a question in the comments wanting to know when you guys are playing a show in Metairie or Baton Rouge.
We're still got a lot of stuff in the works. Right now, nothing. But the best thing that you can do is follow us and just keep posting with us, because we're constantly posting new shows. And like I said, we have a whole bunch of things in the works. So just stay tuned.
Yeah, so shows right now that we have, I can tell you we've got November 3rd is at Trax Bar and Grill. So that's Long Beach, Mississippi. That's us supporting Kill Devil Hill and Night Surf. Saturday, November 16th, we are going back to Cookeville, Tennessee. We had a great time in Cookeville last time, our last run. So we're playing at a dispensary in Cookeville, doing a headlining show. I think we've got Iron Oxide on support for that one. And then Saturday, November 23rd, we're at the Pit in Lafayette, Louisiana. And that's with Endure the Affliction and We All Shall Perish, I believe. That's an all-age show, going to be really cool. I think that's a new venue, right, Kevin?
It is the new venue. It's a new venue in Lafayette, 500 capacity, all ages. So it's a family event center that at night they turn it into what they call the Pit and turn it and do rock shows.
We played a place like that recently. I forgot where, but it was like that. It was like a family event center in the morning, and then rock and roll mosh pit bar at night. Sounds really
What we
fun.
like.
What I like Steven's got his shit together, knowing all those dates. So it's got to have one guy in the band that knows his shit. So that's good. I wanted to kind of circle back to what you were saying earlier about being in the studio, though. And I think Jody, maybe you've mentioned this before, the other times that y'all were on the show, but like, is that y'all's approach to writing? That makes me nervous. Like, y'all go to producer and it's not done. That makes me very nervous.
No.
It's
we
basic
do go
ideas.
Right.
We'll have like a starting point, right? And so what it is everybody's in the room. Wait, what now?
It really could be anything. It could be a riff, it could be a chorus, it could be a melody. Like I said, we'll go in there. I know me, Emmett, and Jody pre-pro'd a bunch of songs, and out of say 5 songs, John was like, "Yeah, this all sucks."
John's brutal. John's brutal. So
we found riffs from the song, and then collab with John, and basically Jody would take the guitar, Emmett would grab the guitar, Steve would grab the guitar, I grabbed the guitar. Hell, even Phil had the guitar at one point. And, and we're just
that didn't make it though, did it? Onto the
actually, I think Phil has some vocal parts they told me to do that made it. He gets a natural, little Phil.
That's different. Like I understand like moving stuff around or whatever, but I'm more like Steven. Is that what you said earlier? Like I'm used to like this is pretty much it. Now we might put some candy on it or shrink this part down, put this part, whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. It just seems different. I like it. Putting out good shit.
There was this guy, I don't remember his name, but Kane Hill had just recorded right before we went in there that weekend to do, I think it was one of the EPs that we did. And he told us, like, he taught them a lesson, and John was the one who told us this. He said, don't overthink your riffs, because if you go back, sometimes you tend to put too much into it and you tend to screw up the flow and the vibe. So trust your initial instinct. Yeah. And so like that's literally what we'll do. We'll go in there with like a piece or something, and we'll just all of us just start building off of it. And it's like, yep, that's it. All right, next part.
And we all also have a goal as well. Like I was saying earlier in the podcast, like we went in with wanting to write songs with heavier riffs, but have me sing more. So we kind of went with this thought process in mind. Actually, it was during Visions, I think it was, when we were writing it, Stephen was like, I don't know how you're going to sing over any of this. I was like, watch, bro. I'm gonna work this magic. And luckily had a really good team. John had we had someone come in with I call him a melody holder, like this guy named Cody McKenzie, really solid guy. We would go at night and I'd hum my ideas to him, and then we would track it, and all night I would sit up listening to my melodies, just writing lyrics on my phone until like 1 or 2 in the morning. So like that's the process, now that makes total sense to me. And I was kind of saying somewhat jokingly that,
but it's like to me, it kind of boils down to a matter of time, right? Like if you had like months to be in the studio, then obviously that's the best way to do it, right? But for you guys, I don't know how long y'all were there or recorded this stuff. Days, I don't know, but my concern would be the time constraint.
Basically, one song a day.
Yeah,
That's where John's magic comes in. So everything gets kind of just recorded on the spot. And drums are the same way. And it just, I don't know. We stay in there straight for just 8 hours a day, and with him just constantly pushing us and us pushing each other, it just works.
And on the last day of the studio work, we'll go back and we'll fine tune everything, because you hear it as you hear it over and over again. You start breaking down like, I don't like this too much, and I'm not a fan of that part here. And then you go back and you fine tune some things. And and also, John has a little secret that he taught me that I've learned from these Nashville people as well, is they'll sit in a room and make a time limit for themselves. Like, I'm going to write a song in 3 hours, and at 3 hours I got to stop. So that's one thing that I was taught from a few other people out there too, was like, having that keep focused mentality on what you're doing. So
which goes into not second guessing your riffs.
Because you can overthink it too and make it, like you say, like pull all the
100%.
life out of it by trying to make it better.
Yeah, I mean, you can always go back and put, go from a 10-note solo to a 50-note solo, but then you've lost everything. You've lost the intention of the song. So
you lose, like I've heard some tracks where it's been overproduced, it's been overwritten, and you lose that raw feel of the track. You lose that intent that you're trying to put out there.
Yep, that's it.
So what's next? So I know just from talking to you guys, I was gonna say you guys have more videos coming out and all of that. So what's the kind of the pace that you guys are looking at?
So we're kind of doing this in reverse. So instead of our waterfall method, we decided just to go ahead and drop the block, and then we're going to stagger out the music videos to go with this EP. We've got some other secret plans for later this year to do some things that I think you guys are going to love and find completely unexpected from us. And then 25, I think we're just going to hit the road as much as we can and just try to get out there.
Yep.
Maybe sneak back into the studio depending on what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And if everybody's looking for where to find Transient, where's the easiest way to find them?
Transientofficial.com. All the socials.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot the last time we talked to you guys had officially just changed them all to that.
Yes.
Because they were all random.
Yeah. We're Gulf Coast band now. We're not just
it was
New Orleans
mostly
band.
all dedicated to Transient NOLA, but not many people understood what NOLA is because it's a New Orleans coined catchphrase. And since everyone's kind of spread out amongst the Gulf Coast, we felt it was better just to be Transient Band Official.
There you go. I like it.
Go.
I like it. Thank you guys.
Key.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping it heavy and putting out the good shit. You haven't disappointed us once yet, so I appreciate that.
Well, thanks for supporting us, guys. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for letting us come here.
That's still follows us.
Always, guys.
Hope to see y'all some shows coming up. All right.
We'll be there. Y'all have a good one.
Be safe, guys.
All right. Now, before we go, we got Mark sitting backstage.
Yeah,
Mark from Touch Biloxi, also a big part of Frets for Pets going on this weekend.
Been on the show before.
Been on the show before, and last night he was on with Jordan.
Yeah,
on his podcast, and now he's with us. Mark, how are you?
Really good. How's everybody doing today? I hope my audio is coming through okay. I was supposed to have a computer set up, but I didn't quite have it ready in time.
Crystal clear. Could you just turn the phone? It's a better picture.
Oh yeah. If I wasn't sure if it would go sideways, like in the app. Like it looks like it's showing me like.
Well, do you have your auto rotation on your phone? I think that's the only sometimes hang up on it is if you have that.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, because I often have that off. I do. We should have our president, Alex, waiting in the backstage. If they were able to figure out, I had to, we're both on mobile. unfortunately, and I had to figure out it was easier to open the link if I opened it in a browser
Alex,
rather
can
than
you
through
turn your
Messenger. And I
phone
think they
horizontal as well?
there's Alex.
Ooh, let me see what I can do. Is that
Yeah,
better?
no, your auto rotate is not on. So
Yeah, turn your
Yeah, you gotta.
Give me
Matt.
just a moment, y'all.
Lisa, do y'all block the auto rotate? My wife does that. I don't. Is that a cult? What is the
No.
deal?
I don't.
I don't either. Why would you?
No,
Why would you not?
Yeah, I don't do that.
I-
I go.
I block
I
the
record
auto
a lot of
rotate.
videos, so I don't. I go to a lot of shows, record a lot of videos, so my auto rotate is always on.
Yeah, we got to rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't ever.
yeah,
I don't ever try.
it's just auto done. You know.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
want your phone
okay.
that way,
Yeah,
it's that way.
Alex, if yours is off, just stay vertical or what is
yeah,
it?
don't worry about it. So I will tell you this: if you guys don't know about Frets for Pets, it is the brainchild of Dimitri.
Yes.
And Dimitri started this. How many years are we on now? Frets for Pets.
There he is.
Hard to say, because oh god, what year were we actually incorporated? I want to say 2018, maybe 19. It was a year before the COVID year was when we were actually incorporated.
So that would be
So
19,
probably
I think.
19.
19. So
Yeah.
and the history of it is it's always been multi-days, multi-band, and always
Well, no.
raising money.
Actually, originally it was just one day. It just
One day?
happened to grow so exponentially that it had to become more days. We got so many submissions from more bands, really great acts, and obviously the Juke Joint's been very cooperative with us, very giving to us. So we've been able to stretch it out. We've been very grateful for that.
And over the last few years, multi-days, multi-bands. I think our first year that we were together, 2000. Actually, I think it might have been 2021, Jared. When we were out there broadcasting live, one of them it was myself, and I don't think Jared could make it that weekend, and it was Corey that was hanging out.
I recall it was raining. Yeah, yes, it was.
Yeah. Well, of course, if Jared was coming, it was raining.
For sure.
But what you guys have done with this, as far as raising money, and if make sure I'm saying all this, it is for the Humane Society of South Mississippi.
So we divide the donations that we get. It goes between Jackson County Animal Shelter, the Humane Society of South Mississippi, and Tired Dog Rescue. So we split those donations evenly between all three organizations.
Nice.
Yes.
So
and
not
Dimitri
only
is fond of saying and reminding people that we're open to other forgive me, I'm losing the word, places where animals go, other
Any shelters, any rescues, places like locally that need more support, we're always open to adding them to the list of places that we donate to. So if anybody ever has any suggestions, just hit us up on our Facebook page, send us a DM.
I'm actually very curious. What made you decide to start this project?
So that would be a question for Mark and Dimitri. They're the original founders of everything. So Mark, I'm gonna let you take that one.
Yeah, I'll shed a little light on this. So like Kevin said and like Alex said, this started as Dimitri's brainchild and Dimitri's thing alone. And for a while, he totally organized it entirely by himself. And God bless him. I have no idea. Like even to this day, like having a full board, it's a miracle sometimes that we get it done. So imagining Dimitri doing it all by himself, I can't imagine how he did it, but by God, he did. And eventually, when it came time to incorporate as a proper 501c3 charity, he was just looking for a partner who both enjoyed the local music scene and loved animals. And I happened to be a good fit for him to co-sign into the 501c3. And, well, we spoke to a lawyer and the rest is history,
So it just comes.
We love
from
animals. We love music. That's the baseline.
Okay.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, joining two things that you love, right? Trying to help animals in need and music.
It's taken that passion of like the music, rock metal scene and giving back to the community and others and animals that need it.
Absolutely. And the really fun. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're
Bad
good, man. I
about
was
that.
just gonna say, it is like, we're giving back to the animal shelters and, putting the spotlight on musicians, but it's really a community involved thing because we've got the juke joint, we've got the vendors, we've got the attendees, we've got volunteers. Like it really does take a village to put this thing together and make it happen every year. And I think that's one of the best
Yeah.
parts about it. It's like all encompassing, everybody's involved and everybody wins from it. Everybody has a good time. And the thousands of animals that walk through the doors between even just these three organizations are getting the necessary supplies and healthcare,
Yeah.
emergency surgeries, enrichment. Like that's what it's all about. But it takes everybody to make that happen.
So do you
Yeah.
And that real quick,
event-
that's another thing that we touched on last night on Jordan's podcast is that we try to make sure that we and then we're definitely taking further steps to ensure things like this, but we try to make sure specifically that the money we donate does go towards things like enrichment or things for the pets, foods, things the pets needs, and not necessarily to like say building things that are unnecessary or other things that could be handled extraneously by the shelters, if that makes sense.
so
We
is
want
this an
the money goes
opportunity?
directly to the pets, basically.
So is this an
Sorry.
opportunity for the local community to come on out and will there be adoptable pets on hand? Is there an opportunity for them to meet animals that are looking for a forever home? Or is this just about the music in order to raise money to go to those facilities?
So
So we've done adoptable pets in the past. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so bad about talking over
Mark's
people.
You're
a little
good,
bit
Mark. It's
late.
all
It's
good.
kind of
It's
messing
all
him up.
good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We this year we don't have any of the shelters bringing animals in, but the juke joint is a pet friendly venue, and we strongly encourage people to bring their pets out. It's going to be a family friendly event until 9 p.m. But for the event itself, it is going to be about coming out, showing support, seeing the musicians that are going to go out there and rock the stage, seeing all of the vendors that we have and what they have to offer, joining the raffles, stuff like that. But we do strongly encourage people to bring their furry friends out because that's what we're here for. That's who we're
Right.
doing it for.
So
Absolutely.
you've been doing this a few years now. Now you're helping a lot of people down the Gulf Coast. Is there a vision to take Threats for Pets to help animals nationally across the US?
Absolutely.
I can, Dimitri and the board, we have talked about this for a couple of years now. There was even a brief period, I think, even before Alex was on the board, Dimitri was living in Georgia and we were still organizing the event here. And that was when I, for a brief period, had to take the lead. And we were thinking to ourselves, is there a way we can get a Threats for Pets happening in Mississippi and one happening in Georgia? Now, because we're incorporated through the state, and that's a lot of red tape we don't necessarily need to talk about or get into, but it is a little bit difficult to stretch it out beyond the boundaries of this state, but it is not impossible, and it's something we're definitely interested in doing.
I love it. And I love that. I love what Jonathan just put in the comments. Rock and rough.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
We've been we've been growing every year. I've been on the board now, Mark, maybe like 5 years now, I believe. Well, I've been on the board for 4. I've been on the board for 4. I've been volunteering for 5. And every single year, Brett's has been growing. And, like Mark was saying, it started as just a one-day event, and now we're out to a weekend event. And it seems like every year we just have more opportunities. We have more acts approaching us. We have a band that's coming all the way from South Texas to play on the stage at the Juke Joint. So to know that the word of what we're doing is traveling as far over as South Texas, just kind of, it makes you realize that like this is going somewhere. And as long as we keep at it, it's going to keep doing what it does.
Is that Dream Stereo coming from Texas?
Dream Stereo, yes. They are the ones that are making the trip all the way from South Texas, which is
That's
super
wonderful.
duper.
I mean, that's got to be by far like our farthest out of the state band to come to the thing, I think, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, yes. And it's we have so many awesome acts that are going to be up on that stage this year, and we had. This was my first year really being more hands-on with things and like really getting to the nitty-gritty because Dimitri has done this a million times, and a lot of the times he takes on the brunt of the work. So I tried to get into everything and figure out how it's done, the process, so that way I could like take a part of that weight off the shoulders. And it was crazy when we made the open submissions back in April for the bands. The email was just flooded. The email, the Facebook page, we had so many artists and bands reaching out. And then when it got to the point where we had to like figure out how many bands we could have and make the lineup, it was very, very difficult. I mean, you've got all these
It's
talented
so
people
tough.
and you can't pick them all. So, but
And we've even discussed like, and I'm not sure how obviously this always ends up in a question of logistics of how would we do this, but we've talked about doing 2 stages a couple of times. And it's just, we get so many submissions. We could easily fill 2 stages, but it's logistics of actually having, where does the second stage go? Do we have acts straight off times? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? So I think that's another thing that could possibly be in Frets for Pets future. I mean, just the volume of, and it's not just getting so many bands. I think Alex, you'll agree with this. It's about getting so many good bands. I mean,
absolutely.
we wade through so many submissions, and it's just like 9 out of 10 of them are solid, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the two stages, then you got to have 2 sound systems as well, and then more crew
Right.
to
Oh,
run
yeah.
that. So that does get a little, a little bit tough to deal with. I dropped a link for the people watching live right now to the Facebook event. So if you click on that link there in the comments, it'll take you to the official Facebook event for it.
What kind of music, what genres do you have represented?
I can help with that. Hold on one second. They're getting ready to run down this big list.
You got me ready. I was about to give the spiel, bro.
There you go. It's
No,
up there. Go ahead and
Alex.
give the spiel. Just nobody's going to be able to see you give it, but they can
Yeah,
see everybody playing on the bass.
We've got a really cool lineup this year. A couple of these bands, unfortunately, were not able to make it. There were some last minute complications. So Wolf River Band won't be there, unfortunately. We've already been in talks about having them back next year. Instead, we're going to have Tristan Alizé. So if anybody that frequents downtown Ocean Springs, Biloxi area, if you go to any restaurant with live music, you probably have seen him. You know who he is. He's pretty prevalent in the scene. Yeah, he's an awesome musician. Carrie Jesse is actually a 16-year-old boy from Louisiana, and he will be performing with his sister as a pianist bass combo, and they're going to be doing some kind of gothic 80s covers. They do have a few originals. They are part of a full band called Van Helsing. But it's school season, and the other kids weren't able to make it for that. So him and his sister are going to be putting on a performance together. Shadow Boxing, they are also local, really good. I was just listening to them on Spotify. It's very indie rock, doggish, more indie rock, but more on the laid back side. It's very chill festival music. Funeral Date. I think Mark and Dimitri were saying this last night. If you like The Cure, if you like that post-punk dark wave, you're going to love Funeral Date. They always put on a fantastic show. Deep Sleep Atlantic, I believe, is coming from New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. They're fantastic. They're more, I guess I would say, they're more on the rock side. I don't want to say pop rock, but it's somewhere between rock and pop rock. And Kicking. Mark, I'm gonna let you take over for a minute. I feel like I'm doing too much on my
No, you're good, but it's funny because we do kind of have to treat pop rock sometimes like a little bit of a swear word, don't we?
Yeah,
but
I don't know
Kicking,
why.
dude, it's funny because well, people like hard rock. You know what I mean? Nobody who likes hard rock likes to think of themselves as a person who likes, like, say, Kesha. You know what I mean? So it's like when you hear the term pop rock, it can cause a little bit of ick in the hard rock community. I get it. But anyway, Kicking brought an excellent energy. Now, they were here last year, right? They had a very heavy energy. I really enjoyed them. Not necessarily like a heavy rock sound, but the energy, very high. Red Radio Show will be having a burlesque performance. Is that right?
Yes, they're going to be doing a burlesque performance and I believe a dating game as well. We're also
and I'll be
going
able to be
selling...
pied in the face.
Yes. So for Friday, during the day, you can buy a cream pie from Red Radio, and eventually you will be able to pie Mark in the face. So if anybody has any grudges that they need to have resolved, Friday would be the day to do it.
You're gonna get all my ex-girlfriends out here.
So how much are tickets?
So tickets at the door for daily passes are going to be $20. If you want a
She
weekend
said I
pass,
can hit him in the face with a pie. How much?
I live too far away for that, but
Yeah.
just send it via mail. I'll make sure he gets it. It's fine.
There you go.
So you said tickets individually are $20 and the weekend pass is
So the weekend passes are going to be $45. The weekend pass is going to be a locked wristband. You have to wear that wristband for the duration of the weekend. I know it's a little bit of a pain, but we're a 5-man board, and we do have volunteers, but we can't keep track of weekend passes and who had one and who lost one and all that jazz. So you do have to keep that wristband on.
festival standard that you have to wear the same bracelet all weekend long. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lucy.
It is. I thought Lucy came knocking on my door, and I thought, oh
She's
boy,
our
we're talking
unofficial
about the
mascot.
pet. Here's one of the pets.
But after Red Radio, after they do it, so it's Red Radio After Dark. If anybody watching, is around the coast and they know a lot about like Ground Zero, I know they host a burlesque show once a month via Red Radio After Dark. And after they do their thing, we're gonna have TNT. I've known him for many, many years, back when my mom owned the Squeaky Lizard, which is a music venue from back when I was in high school. And he's an awesome dude.
Rest
He
in
puts
peace,
on a great
Squeaky Lizard.
performance. Yeah, he brings really good energy.
Let me come in real quick on TNT, because that's my boy. I'm wearing his merch presently. I just want to point that out. This is official TNT merch. You can buy it on his website. TNT has toured with Jelly Roll. He has shared the stage with Tech Nine, Insane Clown Posse, and Twisted many times. Okay, he has rocked the stage with Ritz. If you have a favorite rapper in the hardcore or juggalo rap world, TNT has worked with him. He has worked with members of 3-6 Mafia, including having a mixtape out with Mr. Shea. You talk about a fucking like unrealized talent, man. Like, I'm just waiting for him to blow up. It's gonna happen any day now. Anyway.
Yeah, Try is a really talented artist, and he always brings all the energy that he possibly can to every time I've seen him perform. If you like horror rap, definitely check him out, whether you come to the show or you just find him on, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. After TNT, we got Envision. They're going to be closing us out on the main stage, and they always put on an excellent show. They've played for several years now on the stage with us, and
we are very familiar with Envision.
Yeah, so they're going to be
I have
closing
an
out the
Envision
main
bracelet
stage on
somewhere over
Friday.
here I can't find.
Well, it sounds like it's a multi-genre show, so there's really something for everyone.
Yeah, and that's just on Friday. On Saturday, we've got a mixture of some rock, a little bit of metal, some hip hop, some rap, some indie, and then on Sunday we've got rockabilly, we've got country, we've got an acoustic set, we've got Burning Red, and our new headliner, the Bearded Chieftains. They are indie funk, and I'm a big funk fan. So if y'all get the chance, check them out on Spotify. They just had a new single come out called Disco Cane. I have been listening to that on repeat. It's very good. The bass
love a
lines
good
are super
wobble
funky.
bass line too,
I love a funky bass. I want that bass to be like blue cheese and Gruyere, like all the funk, all the time.
Yeah. That's been kind of a staple of Press for Pets. It's been like a very broad diversity of genres of music. That's kind of one of the cool things about it.
Yeah, and
that's something that's very important to us. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it this time. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna grab it and run with it.
Nah, go ahead, Mark. You have the floor.
Because we've always and the funny thing is, like initially it was very much not totally a metal show, but it was dominated by metal bands. We love our metal bands. We have some wonderful metal bands here, specifically an excellent metal community. Shout out to the GCMA, but I think something that was always important to us was because this is an original musical festival, you know what I mean? Original music festival. So like, it was always important to us to get songwriters of all variety out to this. So, I mean, I always in particular have pushed for a little more hip hop. There's a lot I could go into about how the hip hop scene around here is pay to play and it's a little crazy, and it's nice to give these people a platform that they don't necessarily have to pay for, you know. But beyond that, I mean, just we have a wonderful array. I mean, Mississippi is the birthplace of America's music. We have even in just the local 3-city area of the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you know, from Gulfport over to Ocean Springs, we have folk, we have metal, we have people doing electronic music that is really interesting. We have experimentalist musicians like Funeral Date, you know, forging their own path, doing their own thing. And it's been very important to us to represent all of these styles of music and all of these types of songwriters. I mean, I think that's been a day one priority for sure.
So if
Awesome.
people want to grab their day or weekend passes to your event, do they just follow the link that Jared put up, or is there a specific website set up for that?
So if
So
you
we
go
do
to the
have,
Facebook
what is that?
we're both like ready to answer like this is Jeopardy. We do have a website link on the Facebook page for Simple Ticks. You can get them there, or the day of the event, you can just walk up to the entrance and we'll get you your wristband. That's typically how most people do it.
Okay, so there's no difference in price whether you buy in advance or if you buy at the door.
If you
No,
buy it online, you do have to pay a fee because, you know, they charge us a fee for it. So you have an additional tax fee and all that jazz, service fee. So it is a couple dollars cheaper if you just show up the day of and just get it at the door, because it's going to be 20,
And it's
45.
but it's also a little cheaper, I think, if you buy the full weekend, like rather than if you were to say come 3 days in a row, buy the 1 day pass, which I mean,
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, it's
absolutely.
45 versus 60. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Are you guys just on Facebook, or do you have Instagram or Twitter or anything else?
So we have Instagram, Facebook. I think we have a TikTok.
Yes,
We're
we
still
do.
kind of in the middle of figuring out our social media presence outside of Facebook, because let's face it, Facebook has kind of been our main directive website, so to speak. A lot of our followers can find us there, but we are looking into reaching out with more video stuff and content. We shot a commercial a while back with God, who did the commercial we shot at the Humane Society, Alex?
Oh, so we did a commercial with Saltwater Harmony Productions, courtesy of Chase Bigness. Super big shout out to him. He's
Big
been
fan.
one of our top sponsors. I'm looking forward to him bringing all of his folks out to see the show. Going to the Humane Society was a super duper fun time. Being able to see some of the animals out there, and one of them in particular, you can see a picture of him on our website. His name is Wilson. I think he's a terrier mix. And about a week, I want to say, after we had posted the pictures, I don't know if it was because of press, and I'm not saying that it is, but he finally got adopted. And so did another dog. His name was James. His birthday was the day after we visited, which was super cool. So we got to play with some puppies and see some kittens. And a couple days later, I checked the website just to see how everybody was doing. And I noticed that James hadn't been adopted yet, but Wilson had. Went back about a week later, and James had finally been adopted. And he was the shelter's longest standing resident. So, you know, it was a really, really good experience, because you know, these people that work at these shelters, they put a lot into what they do. You know, you put your whole heart into this. People don't work at shelters because they need a job. They do it because they love animals and they want to help them.
Yeah.
And I think that's another part of everything that we do that I think is really important, because, you know, I know a few people that work at the shelter, and it's a really stressful job because these shelters are consistently overcrowded and underfunded, and they're doing the best that they can with what they have. And, you know, I have mad respect for people who work in the shelters, volunteer in the shelters. You know, we do what we do here, and that's important. But, you know, the people that their day-to-day lives are actually taking care of these animals, and just, I really appreciate that.
And also people who foster pets. You can
Yes, absolutely. Volunteers, fosters, anybody adopting, like it's another community thing. Everybody is involved in something like that. Taking care of your own pets. Make sure you spay and neuter your pets, please. If you're not in a position where you can adopt a pet, consider donating your time and volunteering at a shelter. They can always use an extra helping hand. There's always a way to, help out the thousands of animals just on the coast, that are sitting in a kennel waiting for their forever home.
Yeah, my daughter has
and even if you
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
I was just gonna say, even if you can't make it to Friends for Pets, there are dozens of ways that you can help out these shelters. There's a million ways. You can come, you can do enrichment time with animals. They have a lot of you can come and you can just pick a dog and play with it. You know what I mean? And that's good for the dog, and it might be good for you too. You can donate food. They're accepting things like food, cardboard, and newspaper specifically for newborns. They can be traded out in their kennels and everything. And there's a million ways to help these shelters. Can't make it to Friends for Pets, and I definitely encourage anyone like Alex to get involved.
I did want to interject real quick and just say, so the Humane Society of South Mississippi, they do run a program where you can, I don't want to say borrow, but you can take one of the dogs out for a day, take them on a field trip. It's doggy for a day. And you can take them out to the beach, take them for a walk, and just get them out of the shelter for the day and get them out in an environment where they can kind of relax a little bit. So even if you don't have the time to take a whole day or, adopt, you can still just go to the shelter and just take a puppy and bring them to the park and just spend some time kicking back. And even that does wonders for the animals.
I would own another dog.
Yeah, right. Oh man, foster fails are so common. So common.
Not in my house.
Two of my cats were fostered from the Humane Society of South Mississippi, and I still have them. So that was two of them. Was
wonderful.
One was 13 years ago, and one was 8 years ago. So yeah.
Well, definitely thank you for adopting.
I got my baby Bowie from Jackson County. It was crazy too, because
my orange cat is named Bowie.
Do what?
My orange cat is named Bowie.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Funny story.
Oh my God.
When my daughter was adopting her cats, they're both from the shelter, but her gray and white cat, when we went to the shelter, she was just a kitten sitting in a cage, and they had named her Amy Lee. They had gone through the middle names. And so when we got her, her name was Amy.
Yeah, one of my cats is named Shaddix. The other one is Ben or Benjamin for Breaking Benjamin. And then those are the three, and then I have an orange cat named Bowie.
So this is Bowie. He is also an orange cat.
Hold on, Alex, you're not quite on screen with him yet. Or are you? I think I might have a little bit of lag actually. He said no.
So one thing I did find real quick, I don't know how current this is, but I did find it, so I'm going to play it real quick, and we'll wrap everything up. But here it is.
Go on, get on down the road, take a few of mine. When you see somebody moving, it's there. Things that I'll say
not bad. That actually transferred really
Yeah.
well because it was an actual vertical video and they kind of spread it out to that screen.
Stayed in frame, yeah.
So,
Well, it sounds
Yeah,
like a
we
great
got-
event. You guys have a lot to be very, very proud of. So go ahead, get your tickets, get yourself out there this weekend to the Juke Joint and support a great cause. Thank you both
And
so much.
I will tell you this, Mark and Alex, I told Dimitri we would. I haven't met up with him yet. I'm going to find a way of getting these to you guys this weekend for the silent auction or the raffle. But we have that poster that is signed by all the bands that played Dirty 30 Fest. We also have
That's awesome.
the one from the year before that I still have left, and we have a Blacktop Mojo signed poster by everybody from Blacktop Mojo.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I got to get them over there. I got to figure out how to get them
Yeah.
there. So
We'll
once we
we'll
figure
work
that
with
out-
you. Hit us up.
Who's
That
running
does
the
remind me
day
real
for it?
quick. If I can just for anybody watching, I want everyone to know one of our gym grabs for the raffle this year is a guitar donated by the Hard Rock and Hotel Casino Biloxi, signed by Grand Funk Railroad. This is an authentic piece of equipment, signed by the band and donated by the local Hard Rock. And I just think we're going to sell a couple of raffle tickets on that bad boy.
I think
And real
Alex
quick,
is
if
going to
anybody's
buy them
watching
all.
this now or watching it on the replay, if you look at the QR code that is up above Matt, I just changed it from our donation to now you can scan it and get tickets to Frets for Pets. So
Right on.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the donations, and thank y'all for having us on here. Super duper
Yeah.
appreciate it. And for everybody watching, come see us this weekend. We're gonna be rocking and rolling 2 to midnight Friday, Saturday, and 2 to 10 on Sunday.
Oof.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're gonna rock it out.
Yep.
I'm gonna be
We'll have a good night.
living at the Juke Joint this weekend. They're gonna have to charge me rent.
Absolutely, we all are. I'd just love to say, I think this year's Touch Biloxi show is going to be very good. Tune in.
All right.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Alex, Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right.
All right.
Sweet.
All right. So I think
Self-deception.
huh?
I said, Matt said, all right. And that made me think of Self-Deception and their song Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
I actually like the whole QR code thing that we can change it and just throw a link in there and go, hey, there's tickets for Frets for Pets right there. So
I like
Or
it.
there's
Yeah.
tickets
I like
for Winter
this name.
Storm.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have to do that for the next one. Like I said, I'm playing around with it, but
I know,
so
it's a new
let's
platform.
let's
We're still learning.
roll into our grudge match winner, and with 83% of the votes, Outlier is now in the Grudge Match Hall of Fame. And they are currently, if you go to our YouTube channel right now and hit the playlist Grudge Match Hall of Fame, they will already be in there for you.
All
They'll be on
right.
the website tomorrow.
That's
There
another
we
plaque
go.
we got to send out.
Yeah.
And then our next show will be on, what'd I say? We're
I
in
don't
October. What day are we? 28th. Is today the
No.
14th?
No.
Hey,
Today's the
It'll be the
16th.
30th.
So it's the 30th.
Yeah.
The 30th will be the
28th
next
is a
one.
Monday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so almost Halloween.
Almost Halloween.
I may have to dress up for that one.
Oh,
Maybe we
okay. I'll
should.
bring my
We
mug
haven't
from
done that
work.
in a long time.
I
Yeah,
know.
no, I'm not doing that.
Jared and I
Yeah.
dressed it up as Wayne and Garth one year for Halloween on the show.
All right. Well,
We dressed
Matt,
up for Christmas too, I think.
Yep.
you did. Okay, Matt, you and I will have to talk. Maybe we can coordinate.
Yeah.
Either that or I'll bring my mug from work that says I'm a ray of fucking
I'm
sunshine. and
just gonna sit here in some mask, no top on with some nipple tassels. All job done.
There you go.
You
I'm
know,
already
I think that
intrigued.
might bring the viewers.
Right. Let us know
Or
in the comments
them.
below if you want to see Matt's nipple tassels. Y'all stay tuned.
Hey, y'all have a good night. I'm out on the nipple tab.